Welcome back for day 3 of 10 riffs in 10 days. Today we have a savage riff from the modern prog metal masters Haken. If you watch my channel, you know I'm a huge Haken fan, but one thing I think they don't get enough love for are their riffs. They have some absolutely killer riffing, and I want to take a look at this awesome riff from the Messiah Complex Part 3 Marigold off the album Virus from 2020. I'm playing this riff on a 7-string in standard tuning, so B, E, A, D, G, B, E. I know Charlie and Richard use 8 strings, but this riff never goes below that low B. So a 7-string will work just fine. This riff is entirely in 4/4, but there are some very cool rhythmic ideas within that 4/4, and there are really 2 main ideas in this riff. You have these low, fast, palm-muted power chords, and these fast, angular runs. Here's the first half of the riff. All of the fast notes here are 16th note triplets, and pay close attention to where the palm mutes are happening in the power chords. It's always opening up on beat 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's the quick angular run. I watched a few live videos and I think this is how it's being played. There might be some small differences between what I'm doing and the Haken guys, but these are the correct notes. And it's a pretty bizarre pattern with all these slides and open strings. But take it slow and it actually ends up feeling pretty satisfying to play. One thing I love about this run is that it goes over the bar line. It's really cliche to always have riffs start on the downbeat, and this adds some rhythmic variety, and that almost makes it feel like an odd meter. Harmonically, I'd probably call this mostly B Phrygian because you have C power chords and D power chords. But that run sounds more diminished in nature. Although it's not all coming from one scale, it's kind of outside sounding on purpose, but that B is very much still the home base. I love all the little details in here, the slides, the vibrato after the runs, these fast octaves, all very interesting stuff that makes this sound awesome, but the real fun is in the second half of the riff. This is essentially just a variation on the first half of the riff, but with some pretty complex rhythms. It starts the same, but then on beat 2 of the second bar, it goes to quintuplets, and quintuplets are 5 notes per beat. The way I was first taught to count these is by using the word university. So if I have a beat here, I'm going to put 5 notes within this beat. University, 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 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when the runs happen in the second half, they're also in quintuplets, so the patterns get shortened from 6 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That was the original. Cut off that last note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And to get in and out of those runs the second time, there's these 8th note tritones. And then it goes back to the same ending as the first half of the riff. What the quintuplets are doing here is giving the illusion of the tempo slowing down. Everything before this was dealing with 16th note triplets or groups of 6, and switching to 5s makes it feel like it's slowing down, even though that quarter note is remaining consistent. Notice how the snare stays on beats 2 and 4 the first time through this quintuplet section. It's such an awesome variation to this riff, and it's really the thing that makes this one stand out on an album full of great riffs, and it's made even cooler by the fact that Ross then sings over this riff the second time, including catching those quintuplets. The only thing different in the riff itself the second time is this run out of it on the last two beats, which is coming from B Phrygian dominant or E harmonic minor, and from there it leads into the next riff. This riff is really fun to play, and if you're learning it, I'd really focus on those fast runs specifically, especially when they're played as quintuplets. That's pretty hard to lock into rhythmically. So there's an awesome Haken riff. I do have a couple of other Haken videos on the channel, including a full analysis of the song Carousel from this same album. Go give those a watch, and I'll see you all tomorrow for day 4 of 10 riffs in 10 days. Till then, stay proggy.